Once again, welcome back to another video. I thought it'd just be something a bit different to do it this way and talk about the movie news. Just see what movie news is popping up. I haven't done this for a while. I mean, once in a while I talk about a specific subject, but this is sort of a general, just looking through the movie news of today. First I'm on Arrow in the Head, which is dealing with horror movies. Hammer's The Curse of the Werewolf hits Blu-ray next month. Never seen it. What's this? Godzilla versus King Kong. To be spectacular battle for the ages. Well, that remains to be seen. Once it uploads. Early fan reactions from the recent test screening have called director Adam Wingard's Godzilla vs. Kong the best modern MonsterVerse movie. I'll believe that when I see it. I still have my doubts. King of the Monsters. I'm sorry. I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was okay. The more I thought about it, I'm like, would I ever buy that for $5 on Blu-ray? No. It just, I think there's plenty of Godzilla films that are better. It's better than the 2014 film, but I still thought they did drop the ball on that. That's my honest opinion. But I don't know about Godzilla vs. Kong. Hope I'm surprised like I was with Joker and Sonic the Hedgehog. Hope I am. Scream reboot shoots this May. Why is there a Scream reboot? They already rebooted with the TV show. You remember the TV show? Now we gotta have a reboot of Scream. Why? I mean, it was announced that Spyglass Media has acquired the rights to Scream franchise and are currently developing Scream 5 with David Arquette ready and willing to join in. And today Hayden Panettiere teased her return to Scream 4 scene steal a Kirby Reed. Didn't her character die in Scream 4? Or am I thinking of another person? Who? I barely remember Scream 4. I was not a fan. And today we hear Spyglass Scream as Ned, Ready or Not directors. I mean, I didn't mind Ready or Not. Set to begin filming in May. It is unknown if it will follow the story of the past 4 Scream films or pave a new direction for the franchise. Plot details: a woman returned to her hometown to try to find out who has been committing a series of vicious crimes. Wait a minute, if they say developing Scream 5 with David Arquette, then wouldn't that be a sequel? Or it's going to be, what, Halloween 2018 to ignore the other ones? Do we really need a reboot of Scream? Do we really? I mean, the whole purpose of Scream was to talk about horror movies in a different manner, take a little of the piss out of slasher films. But Scream today doesn't make sense because even slasher films are not a thing. I mean, you could say, well, they'll talk about the 80s ones, but then they've already done that in the first Scream and the first couple Screams. Like, they've already done that. What rules of a horror film you don't have now? What horror films do we have? Films like The Witch and Hereditary? Rules about those kind of movies? Or exorcism films? Or ghost films? So I don't get the, other than the name, try and have the name sell. I don't get it. I don't get why we need a Scream reboot. I keep going to that. Jason Voorhees interviewed Arsenio Hall. Yep, that was when Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason Takes Manhattan was coming out. Release of A Quiet Place 2 has been delayed due to coronavirus. Yeah, I heard about that. I've also heard that Fast 9, whether you're looking forward to the film or not, that's not what it's about. It got delayed a year to April 2021. James Bond film, No Time to Die, got delayed. Seems like more and more movies are getting delayed. They canceled E3. They canceled Comic-Con. They canceled pretty much the NBA season, possibly stuff with the NFL. I mean, people say I was fear-mongering, whatever. They don't do this and waste, well, people have done dumber stuff, but you know, if people go, they're doing this just to sell stuff, what are these companies going to sell when they're going to be losing potential money and dollars delaying all this stuff and not having this stuff to make money with? You know, I'm just saying. Antonio Banderas would have been the villain in New Mutants sequel. Or are you talking about a sequel? The film isn't even out yet and got delayed for a shitload. The Outsider, don't know what that is. Prepare to make A Quiet Place Part 3. Is that a movie that needs a trilogy? Best horror movie you never saw, Tucker vs. Evil. I agree. Very underrated film. True Terror with Robert Englund. Never heard of that. Bruce Willis and WWE's Lana will save us from aliens and cosmic sin. So will Bruce Willis sleepwalk his way out of this one too? Probably, since Bruce Willis has not given a shit. Although I did like the Death Wish remake, sue me. But 9 times out of 10, he don't give a fuck. The Grudge, awful fucking movie. Still hopes for Edge of Tomorrow 2. Emily Blunt. The movie had an ending. It ended. They won. The power is gone. The enemy is defeated. Why do you need a sequel, Edge of Tomorrow? I loved Edge of Tomorrow. It's one of my favorite films of that year. I think it's one of Tom Cruise's best movies, to be honest. But you don't need a sequel. There's no wiggle room for a sequel. It didn't end on a sequel bait ending. There was no to be continued. Sometimes stories just need to be one fucking story. Not every fucking movie needs a sequel. I'm sorry, Emily Blunt. I liked you as an actress. I know you're doing this stupid Jungle Cruise movie with the crotch of shit, Dwayne. But you don't need that. Netflix renews Lost in Space for third and final season. You know, Lost in Space, I don't know anybody that has seen that TV show. It's got 3 seasons, but I don't know anybody who has seen that show. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, apparently Tales from the Dark Side, the movies, the end of Blu-ray, good anthology. I don't know if I'll pick up the Blu-ray. I mean, I like the film, but I don't know enough to own it. But I know they announced that. They announced 13 Ghosts, which I'm curious about because I actually quite enjoyed 13 Ghosts. And if it's filled with features, I mean, Matthew Lillard talked about hackers, so maybe he'd be willing to talk about 13 Ghosts. I don't know who else. The director. I mean, since that's a newer film, that could be one that gets packed with features. If it does, I'd be willing, because I have an older DVD. I do remember liking that movie. I liked The House on Haunted Hill by William Malone. And I really like 13 Ghosts. Ghost Ship was the one I'm like, nah. But yeah, I know 13 Ghosts come out. Orca, I like Orca, the killer whale. That's getting a Blu-ray. I don't know if I'll pick up the Blu-ray. But I do like it. One thing I've heard, and I hope it's true, is that Paramount is going to be doing these Blu-rays, and one's going to be a remastered version of Ghost, and one is going to be The Golden Child. So yes, apparently Paramount, I read this somewhere, apparently Paramount is going to release a Blu-ray of The Golden Child. Official Blu-ray. I hope it's not a BDR, a Blu-ray, like DVR version. I doubt there's going to be features, and if there are, they'll probably just shit on the movie. So, but I mean, the movie needs its due. Oh yeah, there's the 13 Ghosts thing. But yeah, and then hopefully, if Paramount's doing that, hopefully they do another 48 hours, since that doesn't have a Blu-ray. How about a better Blu-ray of 48 hours? Let's see. This says definitive. Is there a reason why it says definitive? No. Okay. I mean, decent cover. I mean, it's showing all the ghosts. Let's see. Blumhouse might make a Halloween Horror Nights movie. Why? Wasn't there a movie about a group of people that went into one of those type of places and then they were getting fucked around and killed and like buried alive and so I forget what the hell. There was like 2 of them. I forgot what they were called. I swear they've made this type of movie already. Running out of ideas. Chris Rock Spiral. I already know it's going to have a bullshit ending. Oh, I did guess. Scorpion's Revenge. Mortal Kombat Legends. Pretty fun trailer. Very gory. Very over the top. Scorpion is your lead. Looks like you got Liu Kang in there. You got Johnny Cage. You got Goro. You got Sub-Zero. You got Sonya Blade. Very gory. It's got the X-ray, like in the newer video games. Fatalities. So, Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. I'll be curious to give that a look when it comes out. This one I don't understand. The Last Witch Hunter 2 in the works. Vin Diesel. No one saw the first movie. Not many people liked the first movie. So what is the fucking point? Can someone tell me? This is not even a movie that did fantastic in China or whatever. Lionsgate is coming and saying, we're putting a writer on for the next one. That's kind of cool. And this is just recent, by the way. But it's funny that you mentioned Last Witch Hunter because I'm in a meeting with Lionsgate and they're actively creating the sequel. For what? No one saw the first fucking movie. And no one gave a shit. It wasn't even that great. It wasn't the worst thing ever. But it's like Bloodshot. Forgettable. You just make forgettable films now? Scott Derrickson once R-rated the Thane-style Hoth horror film. Sorry, Scott Derrickson, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get an R-rated Star Wars film about Hoth. You're not. Disney is not going to usher in an R-rated Star Wars film. I like Scott Derrickson. I like Doctor Strange. I like Deliver Us from Evil. Sad he left Doctor Strange 2. Because that was like one of the only Marvel films I was curious about. Hence, apparently Sam Raimi might step in, which I'm not sure about, considering the last Sam Raimi film I truly enjoyed was, what, Darkman or something? Army of Darkness, I should say Army of Darkness. That was after Darkman. So yeah, you're not getting an R-rated Star Wars film, Scott Derrickson. But I mean, I guess it's just him talking about, hey, I'd love to do that. I know it's not going to happen. I'd love to do it. Yeah, it's never going to happen. Todd McFarlane demands Spawn reboot must be rated R. There was another piece of news I remember reading that apparently Jamie Foxx, who's going to be Spawn, he dropped out. And this is the story of the film, was that Spawn would not be the star of the movie. It'd be about these two detectives, Twitch and someone else. I didn't follow the Spawn comic books as much as other people, but someone can tell me as a refresher course, were those comics more about the detectives and not about Spawn? You let me know. I'm tired of Todd McFarlane talking about Spawn. He's been talking about Spawn for like 10 years, getting this fucking film made, and now apparently Jamie Foxx left. You know what? Just fucking have someone in the suit that no one's gonna recognize. Don't even, just have like this right here. Have that on the whole time and just get Keith David to do the voice like he did in the Spawn cartoon. Just do that. I guarantee you Keith David would do it. Or just get Michael Jai White to do the voice. Be like, hey Michael, you don't even have to be in the suit. We're just going to have this so any stuntman can play him. If he's not going to be the star of the film, if that's the gist of your story, Todd McFarlane, since you want to direct it too, then just do that. If he's not going to be the star. Or stop, just don't talk about it until you're actually making the fucking film. How about that, Todd McFarlane? Is that okay? Speaking of Chief David, provides the voice of Spawn for Mortal Kombat 11. So, yeah. There you go. Proves my point. He's willing to do that. Keith David will do it. Max von Sydow, he passed away at the age of 90. May he rest in peace. I remember him the most. He was in Conan the Barbarian. He was in Flash Gordon. The voice of Vigo, the Carpathian, in Ghostbusters 2. Of course, The Exorcist. Someone actually on my Patreon asked me to do a review of a Max von Sydow film, so I picked Flash Gordon. That will be reviewed. Because I've already reviewed Ghostbusters 2, and Max von Sydow only does a voice in that. I already reviewed the Exorcist films, all of them. But I have not reviewed Flash Gordon, so. And he played, of course, the villain Mean, the Merciless. So, rest in peace, sir. James Wan working with Universal on a Disturbia-style monster movie. Isn't that Fright Night? James Wan? Like a Disturbia-style monster movie. That's Fright Night. I like Disturbia-style monster movies, I like Disturbia-style movies, which are really Rear Window type of movies. Because it was Rear Window, and then even Road Games, which I enjoy with Stacy Keach. Fright Night. I don't know why he used Disturbia to describe it. Again, that's Disturbia with monster. That's Fright Night. I guess James Wan doesn't know what Fright Night is. I mean, I like Disturbia. But I don't mind Shia LaBeouf. I know a lot of people don't like him. I do. I don't mind him. But yeah, I mean, I did Disturbia style monster movie. That's fucking Fright Night. DVD Blu-ray releases. Steve from LA. I'm curious what the features are. Apparently, it's been pushed back. The rumor is so that they get Kurt Russell and John Carpenter. I hope that's true. I really do. I really do. If that's the case, then I will be getting it. James Wan's reboot builds Mortal Kombat movie universe. We don't need a goddamn movie universe. How about you worry about the movie? Don't worry about the universe, the galaxy, the planets. Worry about the movie. The one movie. That's it. Just worry about the one movie. Your one thing. Your finger? No. One thing. Everything else don't mean shit. Just worry about the one thing. Worry about the one movie. Don't worry about universe. That's where many people go wrong. The MonsterVerse has not been a box office darling as much as that studio hoped for. Although it has made a couple. But I guarantee if you talk to the studios, they wish they would make more money. The Mummy didn't work out for the Dark Universe. DC, huge fuck up at the beginning. So, there you go. Your next star, Nicholas Tucci, passed away at 38. I haven't barely remember that film, but that's too bad. First Blood's author, Dan Murrah, survivor thriller Testament getting a film adaptation. Okay, cool. Let's see. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead features violent action, UFC fighters. That's one I'm curious about, because it stars Dave Bautista at an R-rated action zombie movie. Zack Snyder, he did Dawn of the Dead, the remake, which was really good. This seems like more of his wheelhouse. Not Superman, Batman. This seems like more of Zack Snyder's wheelhouse. So, as for Netflix, I've liked quite a few of Netflix's movies. At least some that premiered. I think The Ritual, I liked that. 6 Underground, I had fun. Bright, Will Smith, very underrated. Dolomite Is My Name, I enjoyed that one. So I'd be very curious about this, because I think it is a Netflix premiere. Spanish Killer Dog movie. Well, Killer Dog movies are more acceptable than yet another fucking possession movie. Hocus Pocus 2? Really? They're doing a Hocus Pocus 2? Oh, there you go. That was the last thing I talked about. So let's go. Let's go to here. Disney has delayed the New Mutants and Antlers indefinitely. Indefinitely? They delayed the New Mutants again. So it's because of coronavirus, right? New Mutants. You know what? The New Mutants just released that shit on fucking VOD already. By this point, there's going to be no movies in the theater. Like none. Let's see. Quiet Place Part 2. Pushback. And alien intelligence will merge with Tony Todd in upcoming sci-fi film The Change. Probably a film he's not going to be much of a star in. Nothing really. A new take on Dracula from the director of Jennifer's Body? That fucking loser of a movie? Did people forget how stupid that movie was? Screen Rant. Tonight Show, Late Night with Seth Meyers and more suspend production. Jesus. There's going to be nothing out there. Universal Studios Hollywood closing through the end of March due to coronavirus. New York City's Broadway theaters closing. New Mutants release date delayed for the 4th time. The 4th fucking time. Mulan movie delayed. Disneyland, Anaheim, Paris, all closing. Vin Diesel says Furious 7 is the best moment in cinematic history. I don't know about that, Vin. You should have worried more about Bloodshot, make that a good movie instead of a forgettable bullshit. Paramount's The Lovebirds, delayed indefinitely. Fast and Furious 9, delayed to next year. Jesus Christ. CinemaCon, Ace Comic-Con, officially canceled. Confirm. Oh, that's nice to hear. Colin Hanks provides update on parents, confirms they're in good spirits. That's good. Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in prison. Well, can't say I feel bad for him, because I don't feel bad for him. I mean, he did what he did and kind of, deserves it. So, tough titty, Harvey. Peter Jackson's Beatles Get Back documentary gets release date. So let me get this straight. Peter Jackson for so long has been talking about how he's going to do a Blu-ray of Meet the Feebles and Bad Taste and Dead Alive. And instead, he's fucking around with a Beatles documentary. Whatever happened to the Dead Alive Blu-ray, Peter Jackson? Whatever happened to Bad Taste Beat the Feebles Blu-rays? Whatever happened to all that? Nope, he's got to be busy doing Beatles documentaries. Okay. That's pretty good fan art. Johnny Depp as the Joker. Oh, that's nice fan art. I could see Johnny Depp as the Joker. I could see that. Untitled Spider-Man spin-off movie in the words from writer Roberto Orci. Is this the same guy that wrote The Amazing Spider-Man 2? And yet they have him write another Spider-Man related film. So what, people really do fail up? Silly photo shoots. Peter Rabbit 2 delayed by 4 months. So yeah, there will be no fucking movies out. Vin Diesel thinks Bloodshot will kick off a Valiant Comics cinematic universe. Bullshit, Vin. You are so gone. Your movie was a forgettable, nothing of a flick. Oh, so apparently Jamie Foxx still on board, huh? Is still starring Spawn despite recent rumors that he dropped out of Todd McFarlane's upcoming remake. Well, I'm glad I looked at this. So apparently that was bullshit. And that's why it's hard to do movie news, because there's rumors and then the next day you find out it was bullshit. Right here, Jamie Foxx still on board. So just make the fucking movie then. Or don't make the fucking movie. Shit or get off the pot. Disney Fox deal left New Mutants 75% complete for a year. Oh, well, that's fucking great. Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor 4 possibly spoiled by Vin Diesel. Of course they would be in Thor 4. Thor fucking went with them at the end of the fucking movie. Stephen Lane expects Avatar 2 to break Avengers Endgame's box office record. I'm bad at predicting box office, I really am. I'm going to predict that doesn't happen. I think it will be a huge hit. It will. It'll be a huge hit. I don't know if nowadays Avatar is as loved of a thing as a Star Wars or Marvel movie now. When was the last time you heard anybody talk about Avatar other than James Cameron in the 85 sequels he wants to do? Does anyone ever talk about Avatar? Does anyone ever put Avatar on best lists? Oh, great sci-fi films. Do they ever mention Avatar? When did anybody ever mention Avatar? In the past 5 years, other than James Cameron. So I just, hey, maybe I'll be wrong. I would not be surprised, but I'd be confused if it did. I'd be like, no one's talked about this fucking movie for years and years and years. Now everyone's like, yeah, really? It'll be a huge hit, though. Onward with Chris Pratt and Tom Holland has the lowest weekend box office for a Pixar film. Don't know much about the movie. Tom Holland Back to the Future reboot gets deep fake teaser. Oh, okay, someone messing around. Those deepfakes are pretty interesting. If they can make it so that they can actually put the actor's voice in it too, like use clips from their previous movies, then you really have something. Or like some kind of generator where you put in the person's voice and then you type in what you want them to say, and then that same inflection flows out with that voice. You could really have something there. Like when the guy did the deepfake on the Jim Carrey in The Shining. If somehow they made it so that Jim Carrey's voice was in there too, again, it'd be a whole new ball game. Expendables 4 script is great, but may not happen, says Randy Couture. It shouldn't happen. Expendables 2 was disappointing. Expendables 3 was a piece of shit. Expendables 4, who cares? Who you don't get? You already got Van Damme, you killed him off. You got Scott Adkins, you killed him off. You got Mel Gibson. You got Harrison Ford. You got Bruce Willis, who got fired from Part 3 because he wanted too much money. These guys are getting much, much, much older. You're not going to have fucking Jeff Speedman. I'm sorry, I love Jeff Speedman, but he's not going to be in a movie ever again. Let's be honest. I love Jeff Speedman. I wish I could see him one more time in a movie. It's never going to happen. People like Michael B. said no long ago. Jackie Chan, he's been offered multiple times. There was that movie that he was going to do with Stallone, and Stallone backed out, and then fucking John Cena was going to do, and then nothing ever came of it. Maybe for a good thing. But at one point, Stallone, Jackie Chan, ex-Baghdad, a movie, and then, but no, now he did fucking Bat Trace, and Escape Plan 2, and Escape Plan 3, but not a film with Jackie Chan. So I don't know what Stallone's doing. We don't need Expendables 4. And that sucks, because when 2010 came around, the year I started this channel, 2010, the Expendables, I was praising it like it's the best movie ever. It was an event. Nowadays, if I look at it, I like the film. It's a fun film. It has its flaws. It's not the best movie ever. It's not in my top 10 Stallone films. But I still enjoy it despite its flaws. The bad CGI, a few other stuff, but I think it's the best of the three. But yeah, Expendables 4. Superman Returns. I didn't mind that film. I reviewed it when I reviewed the Superman movies. No, a lot of people don't like the film. I can understand. It has its flaws. Ben Affleck liked to make Team Batman v Superman more than Justice League. You could tell because Ben Affleck looked like he didn't give a fuck in Justice League. Can you blame him? They fucked him around so many times. Plus, probably in the middle of his, alcoholism. I'm curious about his new film, The Way Back. Brandon Routh, devastated Superman Returns sequel didn't happen. Well, I'm sure because this is a guy from Iowa who I can relate to, being from Iowa, who got this big chance. He did what he was told. Whether you liked or disliked him, he did what he was told. I'm sure people egged him on. Yeah, this is the beginning. It was the beginning of the end because he didn't really do much after that. I mean, what, he was in Stop Pilgrim vs. the World. Zatomir make a porno for a little bit. Some TV work like the CW stuff, which I hate the CW. I did that rant mainly because of how they killed the Flash, the 1990 Flash. But there was a lot more I wanted to say, but I didn't. But I wanted to go on the whole fucking PC thing they got on the CW, where if you're a guy, you suck, and if you're a woman, you whore. You're great. But, you know, guys suck, and guys drool, and guys are shit, and guys did... okay, yeah, whatever. Back to the Future stars reunite for Poker Nightfall. That's cool. These two guys are great. Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox. Still always sad what happened to Michael J. Fox. The Parkinson's. So sorry that it affected that actor. No Time to Die release date will cost $30 million. Probably more by the time it's done. Yeah, I think that's going to be it because I'm kind of running out of steam. Gives reassurance and update about coronavirus. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Dear well, man. And no, I don't buy the fucking Tom Hanks pedophile rumors. That only happened because fucking Corey Feldman did this whole bullshit for years and months and days about this documentary and how I'm going to have all these big names. I'm going to have all these big names. He released a documentary. Oh, it got hacked? No, it got fucked up because the servers, just too many people tried to watch at the same time. That happens. It's not fucking conspiracy all the time, folks. I'm sorry. And the names, it wasn't even Bob Saget. Oh, Bob Saget. And then someone said, no, it was another Bob. It wasn't Bob Saget. It was some other guy named Bob. It was Marty Weiss, his former manager. Dominic, some guy he knew as a co-star in some movies. And Charlie Sheen was the big name. Well, he couldn't name. Then what was the point of doing this fucking documentary at big premiere? I'm finally going to tell all. And then he's not going to tell all? Then it's a scam. Give the money back. Corey Feldman was full. I think something did happen to Corey Feldman. And I think the way he did was fucking stupid. And the reason people kept bringing up Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks because let's pit the biggest names out there. That's it. I don't buy for a second that's Spielberg. I'll call him Steven Spielberg. I think he steals stuff and he's not an angel. Do I think he's a pedophile? No. I don't. Do I think Tom Hanks is a pedophile? No, I don't. And also, Corey Feldman for years has said nothing but nice things about Spielberg. If Spielberg really did that, he would just say nothing. Just saying. He would not go on and on and on about how nice he was. He could say, oh, he's a good director. You can word it that way. So, no. And I think Corey Feldman fucked up, too. With this stupid documentary, charging people $20 and doing this whole hype. And then at the end of the day, it's kind of like, that's it? Why didn't you just talk about this on a daytime talk show? Yeah, maybe Barbara Walters years ago was a bitch, but nowadays, things are very different. And they'd listen to you in a heartbeat. Even if they don't believe you, they listen to you in a heartbeat for the ratings and the money from potential advertising and potential people watching. He could have said, on blah, 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 I'm going to be saying this. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through, but nothing really is coming to my attention The Fantasia 3 that never happened. I don't think anyone saw Fantasia 2000. Babysitter's Club. Okay. Spider-Man Maximum Venom Season 3. What the fuck is this? There's a Spider-Man TV show? What was Season 1 and 2? Maximum Venom. I never even heard of this fucking show. Is that for good reason? The fuck is this show? Emmy Award nominated Marvel Spider-Man Maximum Venom on Disney XD, Disney Now. Oh, it's from Disney. 6 one-hour specials and appearances by Captain Marvel, Groot, Doctor Strange, Star-Lord. Wait a minute, so Disney's doing it. Captain Marvel's in it. Yeah, I'm going to give a pass then. Is Spider-Man now allowed to punch here too? Like he's not allowed to punch in the movies anymore? Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me for 40 some minutes. Later.